So is he ever going to find out that there's zombies? Seriously.
I have the same exact question, and I don't know. I'm still waiting for it. I'm with the fans. I'm still waiting to find out if he'll find out too. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it'll be fun to play.
Yeah.
That, and I think it'll be a real world reaction. And I always say that for Clive, if he knows that zombies exist, that means there's vampires, that means there's werewolves, that means it's like a Pandora's box. So we'll see.
Is there a reason you think that he hasn't? Like, is he somehow in denial? Do you have a theory as to why he hasn't figured it out yet?
Zombies?
Yeah.
I think he hasn't. I don't think that would be like the first conclusion he'll come up to with someone who has like white hair. You know, we've seen people. He does think she's goth, but I don't think that he'll go. You know what? Or she's either goth or she's either a zombie. You know, I don't think that he'll jump to that conclusion. You know, like I said, the show exists like in the real world. You know, in terms of we make so many pop culture references. You know, he watches Game of Thrones. He's a hardcore fan. So I think it's equivalent to one of your colleagues, saying that they're a zombie all of a sudden. You just be like, what? It just be a little weird. But I don't think
not with this group.
Not with this group. There's gonna be some real zombies there, yeah. But like I said, in Vancouver, like we see people who look like Liv, dressed like Liv, the exact same thing, who walk among us, and we never say, hey, is that could be a zombie? But his biggest deterrent of finding out is Liv. You know, Liv has been the biggest deterrent of him, getting closer to the truth. So being that he's working with a zombie, she's able to kind of keep him away from it, especially, and it's easy to keep it away from Clive because he's so tunnel vision. You know, he got his eyes on just figuring out who these killers are.
What are some of the cases coming up for Clive?
Some of the cases coming up. What was last week?
The burn victim.
Last week was the burn victim. This is the stripper episode coming up next. This is a fun one because it's not necessarily Clive isn't really working on that case. It's kind of he thinks he has it figured out. But I think the stripper is witness in Allie's characters and Peyton's case. So you get to see more of Allie and Liv work together while Clive and Bazio make headway on the Chaos Killer massacre and the Meat Cute massacre.
Where are you at with filming? Have you filmed the finale and everything, or are you?
Yeah. So I know what's gonna happen. So I gotta really be careful not to give anything
How much
away.
do you have to pay you?
I am taking a second to pause and make what's out there.
So when you read the finale script, what went through your mind?
I had no idea that it was gonna go in the direction where it went. One thing I can give away, I guess, is that there's no, the last two episodes aren't procedural. It blows up, in terms of in terms of what happens. But my reaction was, let me get on a treadmill, do some get in shape. There's a lot of some humongous stunts that happens in these last two episodes, and they just kind of shake things up, But I was absolutely blown away by it. Couldn't wait to get on set and shoot it. Like, how are we gonna make this happen? This is ambitious. But we got it done.
Do you like the stunts? I mean, is that something you really look forward to doing?
Yeah, I mean, and I when I was little growing up, I loved the Fall Guy, Lee Majors. I was a hardcore fan, and I used to be able to throw myself down a flight of stairs in high school just for fun, And people think I'm hurt. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm all right. But yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity. Hopefully, I get that opportunity to do more stunts if a situation warrants that. But I love that. So there was little things here and there that I got an opportunity to do. I got a bruised butt bone. The left butt bone is a little bruised. I took a bad spill in my coccyx. That's what it's called or something. But it was well worth it.
Well, she hasn't. I mean, she changes her look all the time. Does your character ever question why she looks different each week? Like when she eats a brain, she kind of changes her
Well,
hair
you know
and
what?
everything else, but he never seems to ask her, why are you changing everything up?
That was actually a big. I think the first time, the first episode, it was probably episode 3 of this season. She's she's wearing like the sexy dresses, and I'm like, how am I supposed to react to this? Because this is the first time she physically takes on.
Yeah.
She's physically transformed, and she actually looks like the people I'm interrogating. Like, how am I not going to say anything?
Right.
And so I talked to Robin and the producers. They were like, trust. He doesn't have time to do that. He notices it, and he's just gonna he is that tunnel vision. He just says, okay, I'm just gonna let that happen. But that was like actually the first time. That was the first episode, and probably the only episode where she's took on like hardcore physical characteristics of the characters that it's undeniable. Like, even with the old man in the first episode, she could have worked out at the gym, could be a little sore. I don't know what it is, but like I said, it's staying true to the fact that Clive is this tunnel vision guy, and he's just gonna, he's at work, so he just cares about getting the job done.
He and Liv have had some rocky moments here and there. I mean, will they stay pretty much on the same page through the rest of the season, or are they going to have any more tension between
Any more
them?
tensions? Yeah, they have. I think they definitely stay on the same page in a sense. I mean, obviously she's a little bit ahead of him because she knows that Major is involved in the Meet Cute massacre. She knows that, and she's actually his alibi. If she wasn't his alibi, he would have made that case. He'll probably get some big promotion, but she's his big deterrent. I think it'll be interesting to find out once all that unravels, whether or not their friendship and their bond can survive that. And then I think if it survives that, maybe Clive can be let in on what's really happening. I think she has to trust him with that. And in terms of everybody that she have told that she's a zombie, these are people that she came up with and she's been friends with for years, like Peyton. And she told Robbie, obviously, because he gives her hope, he gives her an opportunity. He's trying to figure out how to cure it. And obviously her fiance, but no one else, no one else in that regard. And she's only known Clive for a year and a half, something like that. So she's definitely not going to tell him. He has to earn that. So, but they're becoming tight, and we'll see what happens.
Are we going to learn anything significantly new about him before the end of the season?
Anything significantly new? I guess you get to see a little bit of Clive's home life coming up.
Okay.
It was interesting to see where he lived because I'd never seen it. So I was like, oh, Clive rolls like this. That's cool. So I thought that was fun.
So it wasn't what you imagined it would be?
It wasn't what I imagined it would be. Yeah, but it was nice though. It was very nice, pristine, clean. I'm like, he has a lot of his home life is equivalent to his fashion style. It's very, very clean. But it's fun. I won't give everything away, but it's pretty cool when you go and see his place and the things he has on his walls, the books he reads. I thought it was very, very interesting. It just tells you why he is the way he is, and why they're so consistent with him being the character that he is, which makes it fun for me to play.
What's been your favorite?
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.